Hi guys, and welcome to Samsung Now. Samsung Now is where we review and talk about all things Samsung, all things tech, all things gaming, and anything else that we can think of in between. So if you're interested in tech and you like Samsung and you like gaming and you like tech, then subscribe. You may remember some time ago I did a review on the Samsung Gear S3 watch, the smartwatch, and I said it was possibly the best smartwatch that's out there. This is kind of still true. You know, I still think that, you know, it's one of the best smartwatches out there. However, I found that I use them for mostly is that it's just simple notifications. I don't play games on them. I don't, you know, want a ton of apps when my phone is nearby anyway. All I want is notifications, a nice decent watch, some fitness, sort of heart rate, a pedometer. You know, it's just the usual stuff. As long as it does that well and I'm not charging it every day, then great. And also sleep. You know, some of them, just recently I say recently, a few months ago, I bought this, which is the Withings Steel HR, standing for meaning heart rate. And I think, given what I personally look for in a smartwatch, is that it's got to look smart, it's got to still look like a watch, it's going to give me notifications, it's going to do all the fitness stuff that I want measured. There's quite a few caveats with this, but overall, it does what I need it to do. Plus, the battery lasts weeks between charge. Absolute weeks. And the app is pretty decent, I'll explain that, although the recent update, they kind of really pared it down, and I'm not keen on the newer look of it. But it does all the things that I want a smartwatch to do. It's got a nice little display, you know, that tells me all the things I need. It's comfortable. You can get leather straps. You know, it's the straps are waterproof. The watch is completely waterproof. You can swim with it and dive with it. Well, not perhaps dive with it, but you know, you can do an awful lot with it. It's comfortable. It's relatively cheap. You can pick up one, I think, for around about £160, which is pretty much half the price of what you would pay for any of the nearest competitors in terms of smartwatches. And yeah, they look better, and you know, they look more fancy and more smartwatchy, but ultimately the things I'm looking for are fitness tracking, heart rate, notifications, and for it to tell me the time, you know, and for it to look good, you know. Plus it's really light. It is really very, very light. And I've got kind of girly thin wrists, so I want something that's not going to swamp me. Now those are all the good, great points. There's one really, really annoying point with the Withings Steel HR, which is a known issue and one which I hope they address. There's two annoying things, but the first one is a big one. This watch fogs. I know what they're saying, you know, it's normal. It's not normal. Not every watch I've had has fogged. Why does the Withings, you know, fog now? In fact, you can see it because it's getting a little bit warmer in here. I don't know whether this will come up, but it's fogging now. Just being on my wrist and being in a slightly sort of humidish room. But if I go outside, it will fog even more, and I get this sort of ring of fog in the middle that will take ages to go away, take a few hours to go away as it becomes acclimatized to wherever, you know, wherever I am. That is a huge issue for me, and has left me wondering, and I've complained to Withings about it, and it's a huge annoyance and something which I hope they do correct. And the annoying thing is that Withings support used to be fantastic, used to be brilliant when it was owned by Withings. Now it's owned by Nokia. I just feel like I'm getting fobbed off. I've complained twice about the fogging, and I know a lot of people have, and every time it's been, well, that's normal, that's normal. It's not actually a fault with the watch. Yes, it is. It's a design fault. Don't try and fob me off otherwise. If you know, watches don't fog normally. Certainly waterproof watches don't fog. The older ones, years ago, yeah, they did, but we're in 2017, for heaven's sake. Let's not, you know, beat around the bush. It shouldn't be fogging. The other annoying thing is that the charger, even though it does this sort of clips on the charger, it's a real fiddle to get it going the right way round and making sure it finds the connections just right. So that's a slight annoyance as well. It's not as annoying as the fogging. But overall, it's a great watch if you just want notifications, fitness, a pedometer, heart rate. The app is pretty decent. It connects to their whole ecosystem, so you know it's great in those terms. Plus, it's relatively inexpensive. Fogging is a big issue, but I think this is still one of the best smartwatches that you can get. You know, you get all your notifications. Admittedly, the only notifications, they've still yet to do an update where you get notifications on all your chat apps. But for now, you just sort of get texting and calls and things like that. But they're going to update it, so if you're on any social sort of chat app, Facebook or whatever, it will notify you on your watch too. So the Withings HR, I'm going to give it, Steel HR, I'm going to give it a 7 because of the fogging. If it wasn't for the fogging and Withings weren't trying to fog me off with that, I would have given it maybe an 8, maybe even up to a 9. But for now it's a 7 because I feel I'm getting fogged off. The fogging is a real issue, and they're saying it's not. I shouldn't be concerned by it, but I am. But overall, everything else is great. You know, it does what I want, which is what a smartwatch should be. It should look good, should give me notifications, and should offer some tracking options as well, which is exactly what it does. And for 160, 170 pounds, it's a bit of a bargain. Okay, that's my review for the Withings HR Steel. There's some other reviews coming with AVR amps and what have you. And of course, other videos coming throughout the week too. So look out for those, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.